Welcome, my friends and fellow MTG zealots. Let's talk about how to double sleeve your cards and why to double sleeve your cards. While it's certainly good enough to single sleeve cards that are in a draft deck or even in standard decks that you deem the cards not to have high enough value where it's necessary to double sleeve, there are many formats such as Commander, Legacy formats, and Modern that you will absolutely want to double sleeve those cards. It not only protects from general wear and tear, but it makes them waterproof and keeps dirt and grime and the use off of these cards. Another added benefit is it reduces the warping of foil cards because it reduces the airflow that is possible to get into the sleeves themselves. Now we're going to need a few things such as the cards and which kind of sleeves I recommend, but for many you would want to double sleeve cards such as the first sliver that are in the tens of dollars, as well as worldly tutors, and certainly with the dual lands that are going to be pricier in nature. What we use, and we are not affiliated with any of these companies, but what we use are the Deck Guards BCW 66 by 91 millimeter double matte. Purple sleeves is my favorite. And then for the inner sleeve, we use the perfect fit, perfect size, transparent sleeves for the inside. I will put links in the description of where you can find these particular products. There are other products that will work just fine, certainly for the outer shell, but make sure that you follow the sizing that I'm recommending, which I will also put in the description. So without further ado, let's show you how this works. So you take a perfect sleeve, and from top down, you go ahead and leave the bottom part open, such as that. Then you take your perfect sleeve and you go the opening to the opening and get that in there. And then you hold the top, you pinch it, being careful not to bend the card. And then once you get to the part where your finger touches that part, you slide it under while still pinching. And then holding the back, you press just like so, which keeps the inner transparent sleeve from popping out. There you go. Let's go ahead and do it again with Worldly Tutor. So again, from the opening, you press it all the way up, leaving the bottom open. And then you take another sleeve and you put it in like so. Pinch it from the top, press in. You feel the top touch, you slide it underneath without bending the card itself, and then pressing against the back of the outer sleeve and the inside of the sleeve. You press in and you got it good to go. And then of course, make sure there's no actual air left over in them. And then finally, let's go ahead and do this fantastic dual land tropical island. Same mechanics. And sometimes if you have outer sleeves that are being difficult for you, you can always fold in these edges very slightly, not the cards itself, but the plastic of the transparent perfect size sleeve, such as that. And then repeat the process. So again, being careful with any of your cards, you pinch the top, you press down until you touch, you get your finger underneath, press the back, and there you have it. These are ready to be put into decks. I tend to put these kinds of decks in Commander. You put them in whatever you want, and that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave some comments. We'll answer any of them. And if you are wondering about these higher valued cards, considering proxying them, we do also have an episode of how to make great proxy cards so that you don't actually play with these. You can check out the link above. The last thing I'd like to mention is that the other very cool part of having double sleeves in your Commander decks and the likes is that it's actually easier to shuffle these and with less likelihood of getting issues happen with the edges of cards. All right, very good. Thanks for tuning in. Check out our other episodes. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button and hit the alerts if you'd like to see our other episodes.